Peace. Zo News TV. Prison Storytime Part 2. So, here we go, man. So, when me and Shice, when I left on Prison Story Talk Part 1, y'all could catch it. When I was talking about me and a friend of mine, we was going on a robbery spree, and we had get arrested, and we went to the prison, and like I said, I was in the prison talking to the cops for like a couple seconds with my man Shice, who was in there talking for like more than a couple seconds. So when they bring him back to the cell, I asked him, yo, what you was in there talking to them about? He said nothing, but I was watching his body language. I'm like, all right, I gotta watch this nigga, right? So they take us from the cell, bring us to the car, and drove us to Rikers Island. By the time we was getting ready to go to Rikers Island, it was at nighttime. So they bring us in a dorm area. I believe it was a mod area. I can't recall. It was in September 1999. And I don't really recall the dorm that we was in, but it was in a dorm area. Everybody sleep next to each other, right? So by the time we get there, it was like nighttime. So we went in there, bring us in there, right? As soon my Code D Shice went in there, first thing he started doing, he started asking niggas for a cigarette. At the time, I didn't smoke, so I didn't care about no fucking cigarette. And to be honest with you, y'all, I told myself my first time in prison, I was scared as fuck. And I did not go to sleep, man. I did not go to sleep. I was up all motherfucking night, bro, watching everything that was going on. Who's up, what they doing, I was up. And by the time the morning come, when everybody was up, I told my Cody, yo, I'm about to take a nap because I didn't really sleep last night, so watch my back, right? So I went and take a little nap and shit. By the time I wake up, I'm looking around for my Cody. I don't see him. I went in the day room watching TV, sitting in the day room watching TV, and somebody come and tap me on my shoulder like, yo, the homie that you came in with, that's your man? I'm like, yeah. He said, yo, look over there, they about to jump him. So I look, right? And I see about like 4 niggas next to him. And next thing I know, they start swinging at him, right? So I got up from my chair and ran over there. I'm like, yeah, I ain't gonna jump him. And I jumped in. And the same dude that came and tapped me on my back to tell me he was about to jump Shice is the same dude that came and hit me from behind. So both me and Shice, we both getting jumped. They jumping us, right? Then the CO came and was like, all right, break it up, break it up. CO came and break it up, right? Now remind you, this is the next day, right? So now, and this is niggas, the first time niggas in prison as well. So when the CO came to was asking what happened, why y'all jumping him? They was like, yo, we just met this dude since last night. He came, he keep asking us for smoke. He just wake up, he keep asking us for smoke, and I'm tired of him. I don't really know him. He just got here. So that was the reason why they jumping. So the CO was like, oh, a fucking cigarette? And she was like, all right, yo, listen, if y'all want to stay, y'all can stay. If y'all want to move, y'all willing to move. And I'm saying, I'm looking at Shice looking at me. And I'm saying, now we start speaking in Creole. I'm telling Shice, yo, man, c'est premier fois nous en prison, mais nous pas continuer pas dormir, nous pas venir la battre nous encore, nous pas faire nos bagailles. So I'm telling him in Creole, like, yo, this is our first time in prison. We don't know if, if we go to sleep, the nigga's gonna jump us. What you wanna do? You wanna stay? Shice looked like he didn't wanna stay. So I was like, nah, I wanna go to the next spot. So the CO said, okay, all right, we're gonna move y'all. They move us to a next spot. Now the next spot is in a cell. It was not a dorm area. Everybody got a cell, right? I forgot what building was that. You know, I haven't been on the island in a long time. What building was that? But anyway, if it comes to my head, I'll let y'all know what building was that. But the building I was in, it was dominated mostly by Lion Kings, right? And you gotta remember, in 99, the blood was heavy on Rikers Island. The war between the Bloods and Kings was heavy on Rikers Island. And there was a lot of Bloods on Rikers Island too. So boom, they bring us to the next spot, right? Now, my cell is right next to Shy's cell. So you'll do the count. After he did the count, you know what I'm saying? You let everybody back in the day room. I'm standing next to my cell talking to Shy's. No, as a matter of fact, let me rewind that. The CO on the count. I'm standing right next to my cell talking to Shy's. I'm facing him. I'm looking at him. As I'm talking to him, I'm looking at his body language. He's looking normal. And I'm telling him, yo, man, this is our first time here. We just got jumped. If we see them niggas, we're going to have to do something to them niggas. If we don't, they're going to keep fucking with us. As I'm talking to him, you know, somebody came behind my back and hit me. Boom. I turned around. I see it was a Spanish dude. Next thing I know, 2 or 3 of them niggas came. Boom, boom, they start jumping me. As the 3 Spanish dudes, they jumping me. This nigga Shites just stand there, not saying nothing. He just looking. He's not doing nothing. He just standing there. So the CO came and break it up. Once the CO break it up, he locked everybody in the cell, right? In my mind, I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? Yo, these niggas just fucking jumped me for no reason. I don't even know these niggas. And my nigga just got jumped. I just jump in to help his ass. And he just stand there and he ain't do nothing to help me. Oh nah, fuck that. Me and this nigga gonna have smoke now. So the CO came by my cell. He was like, yo, did you see who did it? I was like, no, I didn't see nothing. I don't know who did it. He was like, okay, if I find out who did it, would you shoot him a fair one? I said, I don't know who did it. But he said, I know that. But if I do find out who did it, would you willing to fight him a fair one? I'll let y'all fight for like five minutes. I said, I bet, I'm with it. He said, okay. So he ran around and asked, and then he came back. He was like, okay, I found out who did it. I'm gonna crack your cell. Go in the day room. I'm gonna crack his cell, and y'all gonna fight one-on-one. I said, all right, okay. CO cracked my cell. Went in the day room. Then he cracked his cell. Spanish nigga came. I said, okay. So he was like, all right, go ahead. So me and the Spanish nigga, we start getting it in. We start fighting. As I'm fighting this nigga, I'm like, yo, I could beat this nigga. But in my mind, I'm like, if I beat this nigga, these niggas ain't gonna let me live here. So I'm fighting this nigga, letting him know he can't catch me. I'm catching him, giving body shots. Now I'm saying, ducking this shit. Now I'm saying I was quick with it, but he couldn't catch me. And she was like, all right, break it up, break it up. She was like, all right, okay, go back to the cell. Went back to my cell, he went back to his cell, right? And after a couple minutes, he cracked everybody's cell again. Now everybody's going to the day room. As I'm walking out my cell, remember, Shy's cell is right next to mine. I grilled this nigga Shy's like, you bitch ass nigga. And I walk out, and I was just walking to go to my cell. I was just grilling him, you know what I'm saying? His cell was locked for some reason. The CO did not crack his cell. So I'm sitting in the day room waiting for him to come out. The same Spanish nigga I just finished fighting, he came up to me like, yo, I'll give you that, man. I talked to my people. They say, yo, you could live here because we jump you, you know what I'm saying? And then we give you a fair one and you stand your ground, so we respect that. I said, all right, bet. But he was like, but yo, the nigga you came with, that's your boy? I'm like, yeah. He said, all right, bet. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna jump him. Because when you was talking to him, I came from behind your back. He could have warned you because he see me coming. He didn't say nothing. And he's standing and let us jump you. So we're gonna jump him. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna tell the CO the nigga stink. Tell him to go take a shower, and we're gonna jump him in the shower. What you gonna do? I was like, yo, y'all niggas go ahead, man. Fuck that nigga. He just see me get jumped. He ain't do shit. Fuck him. So, see, niggas went by his cell. It was like, yo, bro, you stink, bro. Go jump in the shower, man. Yo, I'm gonna tell the seal to crack your cell so you could jump in the shower, bro. You stink, bro. So they went and cracked the CEO went and cracked his cell, went in the shower, and it was jumping him. I was in the day room, man. I could hear them niggas jumping that nigga. CEO went in there. He was like, all right, break it up, break it up. CEO break the shit up. And the same thing everybody like in the cell, right? So the CEO was like, the same shit he did to me, he did it to Shice. Went by Shice cell, yo, who jumped you? Shice like, I don't know. I didn't see who did it. Right? So it's like, if I find out who did it, I want y'all to find one-on-one. Let y'all fight 5 minutes. Shice was like, okay. Same thing. Crack Shice cell. And to crack the dude's cell, they went in the day room, they was fighting. Next thing I know, the CEOs pack Shice up. They pack him up and bring him to another house. When because Sonny was fighting, they want to go to the emergency room. He didn't want to go to medical. Shice, my nigga Shice, like I said, the nigga, he a snitch, but the nigga can't fight. I seen that nigga knock niggas out. He ain't no pussy, I give him that. But he's still a fucking snitch ass nigga, right? So boom. So Shice beat the nigga up bad, bro. Lumped the nigga eyes and all that, swollen, lips busted and all that. Son went back to his cell. They packed Shice up. Lion King niggas came up to me like, yo, when we see that nigga, it's gonna be on for that nigga. I'm like, yo, I ain't got nothing to do with that. So I was able to stay, you know what I'm saying, in the house, you know what I'm saying, because I stand my ground. And I was neutral. I was in a part of nothing at the time, you know. So a couple weeks go by. My mother came and see me on the visit on Rikers Island, right? And she came and told me, hey, you know what happened? I was coming from work, and as I was getting off the bus, guess who I saw? She told me she saw Shice getting off the bus, and my mother asked him, how is it that you in the street and my son is still in prison and still locked up? And Shice looked at my mother and told her, I'm sorry, Mom, but I had to tell on your son. I couldn't do it. That's what my mother told me. Shice told him. And my mother said, your lawyer's gonna come and see you. He said for you to plead guilty, because if you don't plead guilty and take the 3 years they're gonna offer you, you go to trial, Shice's gonna go come and testify, and you're gonna end up getting 5 years. So once I found that out, a few days later, my lawyer came and see me, and he told me, yo, listen, man, your co-defendant is gonna tell on you. He's in the street right now. If you go to trial, he's gonna tell on you. You're gonna end up getting 5 years, but they want you to cop out to 3 years. I said, okay, I'll take the 3 years because I didn't want to go to trial. You know what I'm saying? So I take the motherfucking 3 years. I plead guilty, right? So now I'm going back. Coming from court, I'm going back. I'm stressed out. You know, I'm stressed out. I bump into one of the dudes that jumped me from earlier from the other house that I was in. So we in the cell, we started fighting. And shit. You know what I'm saying? Then the CO came and put me in another cell, and they put him in and they keep him in that cell and put me in another cell. I just fought this nigga. Remind you, I got jumped twice in one day. From that house that I was in my day, and when they bring me in the building, that was in one day. I got jumped twice. So now I'm coming back from court, right? I fought this nigga in the cell. They moved me and bring me to another cell. They bring another nigga that was a part of that shit, and I started fighting him as well. And she was like, oh hell no, what we gonna do with this dude? I swear to God, they didn't have me waiting. They just take me and bring me straight to my house. They bring me straight to my house. Yo, I swear to God, bro, in Rikers Island, it was like, you had to fight, bro. You had to fight. You had to fight. You know what I'm saying? It was like every time I would go to court, I would bump into one of one of them niggas that jumped me, and I would have to fight them. If I go to medical for anything, you see somebody you have a problem with, you gotta fight, bro. And I'm gonna tell you a lot of things that I see on Rikers Island. When I was in the blood house after I cop out, they was gonna ship me to go up north. How I got not jumped, but I got beat up by the CEOs. It wasn't just me. I was in the blood house, and the big homie that was in the house, he didn't want to go to the box, right? And he said, yo, if the CEOs come and get me, I'm gonna fight them. And everybody better pop. And wherever it was blood, I wasn't blood. So it had nothing to do with me. But I'm gonna tell you how I ended up getting involved in that shit. Ended up getting beat up, almost died. And how I watched the blood nigga that didn't wanna go to the box, he ended up dying that day too. So stay tuned for part 3 as I let y'all know more about prison story. Peace.